What's poppin', beautiful people up in YouTube lane? I put the 3 and G value, feel me? And this vid right here, the truth about Kanye West record label. Now, just because it had Kanye in the title, that's why I clicked on it. I didn't have to say anymore. So, you feel me? I kind of feel like I kind of know what he's gonna talk about, being that like he don't really put his artist first in a sense. Unless your name is like Big Sean or somebody. But I mean, let's just check it out. Let's just check it out. Let's check it out. I'll tell you one thing, he better than Drake. I'd rather be sound about good music than under OVO. I won't be sound about both though. This was bro, back memories, bro. That was the best concert I've been to, bro. Literally, son, like niggas was just getting crazy, bro. So I remember when he came out, bro. I had the blunt in my hand, bro, and then what he played, beautiful morning, that is summer morning, man. No water, bro. I always, bro. I stood still. I was like this. I just wanna feel the yeah. Bro, I felt like the Holy Ghost or some John. Feel me? Nah, that was a great concert. That was a great concert, bro. Artists, independent thinkers, don't never mention my name. Especially the beginning of that. Oh my god.
The restraint that Big Sean showed to Kanye West is remarkable because Kanye West owes Big Sean $3 million.
Jesus
Kanye
Christ.
West gets half of Sean's profits and half of Sean's royalties, and Kanye wouldn't agree to Big Sean getting his masters back from Def Jam.
He just signed me straight off of just he heard me rap and I had nothing going. So yeah, my first advance was, bro, I don't even want to say the number, but it was something where my first advance was $15,000, bro. Oh, so
Wow. I mean, I see why he did it, bro. Cause a 19-year-old me would did it too, and he was younger than that. He was like what 17, 16 when he signed with Ye. So like I could see exactly why he did that, bro. Especially that's your idol, bro, and like he just giving you the shot. I could see it, but it's like damn. When you get older, you look at it like. Then again, Big Sean, he big, he big. He thank Ye for that success.
So
that ain't last 4 years.
No.
I had to get out that good music.
Yeah, they fucked him over, bro. Just signed him for a song.
Maybe a million times hard to get in contact with him. I never signed for this up for that. I signed up to make sure I'm connected. When I'm writing on the album on Yon, I'm writing on a whole bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? But if I wanted to make my move, I want you to check my project.
Getting out our dreams. It's a simple philosophy that one which anyone who's ever dared to step out of society's comfort zone and try to live life in the name of art will relate to. With so much backstabbing, vested interests, and fakery to ward off, the process of bringing your creativity to a wide audience, let alone
Lamborghini
it, can be
Mercy.
an uphill battle.
Yo, chick, she's
In
so thirsty.
2004, Good Music was launched as a joint venture with Sony Music that came about after the college dropout proved that Kanye's unparalleled talents could sell 2.4 million units by October of that year. In typical unconventional fashion, Ye didn't launch with a hip hop release, but instead birthed a superstar with John Legend's platinum selling debut Get Lifted
That one was
before he
fire.
administered career seeking artistry Sounds Common with a gold certified B. From then on, Ye would continue to oversee the label's release slate, veering from chart smashes by Big Sean and Kid Cudi's beloved debut to less celebrated offerings by Consequence, Malik Youssef, and Casey Hill. In other cases, artists ranging such as GLC, LA Sarah, Nigerian born D'banj, and even the legendary Tip left or remain at Good with not a single project to show for it.
Wow.
While this must be aggravating for the artists who thought they punched the golden ticket, a little research would have informed them that good music has never been Ye's top priority. In fact, as far back as 2007, the normally self assured Ye suggested that he regretted it. Speaking of Billboard as graduation approached, Ye explained that running a record label was the biggest mistake I ever made. I never asked to be a label owner. Sony offered it to me, but I can't be there when people are calling me to the studio to hear some music or approve clothes for a video. Later in that same cover feature, West manager G. Robertson clarified the status of good music and suggested that the plan was Kanye to no longer be the figurehead while someone else runs the day to day. Seeking to move into more of an executive
That's why you
producer
got
role,
Pusha T.
Kanye found himself uncomfortably wedged into the position of chief until November of 2015, when, at long last, he passed the mantle over to former Re-Up Gang Records leader Pusha T. Yet,
Yo.
where Pusha accepted the need to adapt his working methods to allow others to reap the benefits, Ye's view of the company as a burden has meant that throughout its history, even the best of intentions haven't prevented partnerships from souring beyond all recognition. Across his solo debut, My Name Is My Name,
I'll fuck
Darkest
with the
Before
album.
Dawn, and the instant classic of Daytona, Pusha T has prospered during this time at Good Music. And while some of the responsibility for any false starts or delayed albums post 2015 must technically fall on him, his retelling of his latest record's creation sheds light on how Kanye continues to pull the strings behind the scenes.
A lot was going on at the time with him, and he's like, I think I can do it better. And I was like, yo, you do know that you picked all of these beats, like you did this, like you A&R this project. He's like, I know, man. The 7 song thing was a challenge because we had more. We had more that I had fallen in love with, and
I think the best one out of all the people, all the artists that dropped they 7 songs from his record label was Tiana Taylor. Her joint was fire. And oh, you gotta love me.
he gets very extremely. And then he got hyped and was like, "Oh no, I'm making an album. Tiana's making an album. Like everybody get an album. Yo, at Nas get an album."
From demanding that they pay 85 grand for the record's controversial artwork to Pusha T since revealing that he wanted a Slick Rick sampling Cop Shot the Kid beat that Nas received, it's clear that concessions can be made when Kanye's awkwardness results in magic. But where Ye's abrupt U-turns turn Pusha
Like
T
Amber Rose.
into more of a phenomenon than ever, this isn't always the case. When Kanye announced that each 2018 album featured exactly 7 tracks, it seemed that he was approaching good music's new releases with a one-size-fits-all approach, rather than tailoring it to each artist's particular vision. And while many have seen Nasir as the worst offering in the Queensbridge's icon's entire history,
Bro, this shit was so bad, bro. I didn't even hear the whole album, bro. I didn't hear like 3 songs. I was like, took my headphones off.
the most explicitly affected party was Tiana Taylor. In the wake of think
Her
pieces
joint
on
was
how
fire.
Keep the Same Energy's fumbled release cost her a
Fire.
whole day of streaming, Tiana felt obligated to clear the air on Hot 97.
I mean, majority of the songs were done when we put that date out. A lot of miscommunications as far as like clearances and certain versions, and like when an album dropped, I just didn't. I didn't hear that version when the album dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like I never would have made it. I actually have a verse. Like if you know, there's only one verse on it. I got 2.
That song's fire.
That didn't make it.
Wow.
Although alternate versions were promised, these
That nigga,
attempts
it's because Kanye a perfectionist, bro. Like he hear one little thing that's off, he gonna quit critique it or take it off or something like that. Cause bro, granted he had beef with Drake, but like there's multiple stuff like what was it on All of the Lights? He was supposed to be on that. Like we took him off. I think I was just being petty, but son, there's like 1,000,001 people on that song. He probably took like 5 people off of that. So.
Smooth over things were ultimately unfulfilled. Straining the near decade-long relationship between Ye and Taylor, it's telling that her follow-up was created in near enough a Kanye-free vacuum. Simply dubbed The Album, her brief for the project was relayed.
This album's fire.
Weekly,
I like this.
fixing what didn't work the first time, getting a better rollout, more records, longer records, just giving everybody more. Sure enough, When the album arrived, it did so with only one Ye production credit on the record's 22nd track and his verse being removed from We Got Love. Allowed to stand on her own 2 feet, she ended up outpacing Keep the Same Energy in almost every way, and it marked her appearance in the Billboard album charts top 10 at number 8. But where Tiana stopped short of actively dissing Kanye, some of the more disgruntled voices have opted to let Ye have it over the years. Among the label's first batch of signees and Q-Tip's cousin, Consequence made his name through guest appearances on Tribe's Beats, Rhymes, and Life album before cropping back up on Ye's iconic Spaceship. After dropping his debut, Don't Quit Your Day Job, to a fairly muted response, Khan decided to return to the mixtape circuit as relations between he and Ye frayed. By 2011, he was firing lyrical shots at his label's top brass and Pusha before, eventually, they parted ways and patched things up somewhere down the line. Just as Consequence had claimed to be the ghostwriter behind some of Ye's most iconic bars, Good Music's other secret weapon found himself in a position where he had to cause a disruption to get Ye's attention. Released in 2015, Saha's diss track Elephant in the
Oh yeah, I
Room
remember this.
featured a mock kidnapping of West and discussed his anger over being excluded from the iconic Good Complex cover. 2 years on,
Did he even
the
drop an
decision to
album
cause
with
a
Good?
ruckus would finally pay off when Kanye executive produced his debut album No Dope on Sundays, and it was released to critical acclaim. With Kanye notoriously quick to shift his focus, Saha's decision to protest in order to advance his career speaks to how Ye's mind works.
That kind of sucked, but like I said, bro, like they say you should never be wanna work with your rival. You want to be better than your rival, bro. So I would never want to be signed under Ye, bro. He even said it himself. He said in like a recent interview where he was like, yo, like this is referring to his clothing and all that. He was like, yo, if you wanna be like better than me, or like if you got a vision to do something outside of like your ventures or whatever, working with me is not a great idea. So him by saying that, bro, make you like, feel me? Him and Drake, bro, are exactly alike, bro. They don't even know it. They are too much alike.
You appear content, his impulsiveness will shift you out of the priorities. As a result, it seems that he's dropped more proteges than he properly nurtured. From Mr. Hudson and the Bonds to Casey
I
Hill,
forgot
claiming
Mr.
that
Hudson.
leaving was what I needed to do for this new music, there's plenty of evidence to suggest that taking a high risk, high reward gamble on working with good music might halt your career. Yet while Travis Scott, Kid Cudi, and to a lesser extent 070 Shake and Valet, having proven that success can be achieved when you take the initiative. The fading fortunes of this.
Yeah, but Travis Scott not part of Good. I mean, like he probably got like what part deal with him, but ain't he Grand Hustle? I feel like he Grand Hustle, right? Should be, cause there was bidding wars when he was coming out.
Demonstrate what happens when you fall off of good music's malfunction.
That was smart.
Initially brought into the world's view through Panda and Ye's Father Stretch My Hands Part 2, Pusha T signed a Brooklyn artist on the grounds that he had groundbreaking creativity. In the 3 years that followed on from Kanye and Push welcoming him into the fold, the signer soon found out that he couldn't harness his earlier momentum, and by October of 2019 was demanding that he be freed from the label. Viewed as a major fall off by many hip hop heads, the rapper's time at Good Music did little to boost his profile, and in an April 2020 interview with Everyday Struggle, he spoke of his relief over escaping the label's clutches and believed that he was used as a hired hand.
It's not to get up that good music. I just felt uncomfortable with.
Bro, they fucked him over, bro. He's the same way. I put him in the same boat as McConan, bro, from with Drake. Bro, they just used that nigga for a song, bro. That's if you really think about it, that's crazy, bro. Like, yo, you hot with a song. I want to use this so I can get on it. So I'm gonna sign you, thinking that like I'm gonna up your career, but meanwhile I'm gonna just put you on a shelf. Like you basically the eighth, not even you 11th man in the 11th man rotation. Like Jesus, that gotta hurt.
Conversations in the past between the team, but I I try to get in
And the
contact.
crazy thing is he's not even that bad. He's alright.
I never signed for this up for that. I mean, I signed up to make sure I'm connected. When I'm writing on the album on Yon, I'm writing on a whole bunch of shit, you know what I mean? But if I wanted to make my move, I want you to check my project out.
But when asked about his relationship with President Push, he said that they talked regularly, meaning that once again, in spite of Push's position, the daggers are sent Kanye's way. And if we examine how good music operates from a creative standpoint, the reason for this untimely boils down to Ye's continued role as an executive producer on most of the projects. As a result, Ye's influence and input is never that far away when it comes to major releases, and neither are the pitfalls that come with working alongside such a fickle creative entity. Barring his feud with Hit Boy, who claimed that he fell out of favor with Ye after he started producing for Beyonce, one thing that Kanye has been consistently able to do is patch up these spats with his signees. Whether it's Saha, Consequence, or Cuddy, Ye and his former or current good music artists can usually find common ground once the dust settles. Now, hell bent on making the music industry a more equitable space for artists, the news that he was returning his share of good Chinese masters proved to be the peacemaking gesture between himself and designer. But in the case of longtime label mate Big Sean, these attempts to make amends have invoked the opposite response. While he remains adamant that Ye is his brother, a recently unveiled verse on Benny the Butcher's Timeless saw the Detroit MC discuss his slave deal, claiming that he made good great and suggest that labels that up B's owe me M's. Then, during an appearance on a Fat Joe show, Sean revealed
I
that being
forgot
deprived
Fat Joe
of
got a
funds
podcast.
dates back to his early days with the label.
My first advance was $15,000, bro. Everybody around me was like, "Oh, he signed to Kanye, he signed to Kanye, right?" Bro, I'm still in the same crib that I grew up in. It was a moment where it was like I didn't know if this was gonna work out. Now,
As bad as this
Damn.
may seem for Ye's regime, Big Sean was quick to point out that when he signed in '07, he wasn't a rapper with a hot single. So signing him
That was mixtape Sean, bro. That was Hungry Sean, bro. That was with the witty ball Sean.
was ultimately a leap of faith in the way that snapping up viral stars today simply isn't. And in this tale from Big Sean, we find the essence of what good music triumphs, failures, and fallouts all come down to. Over its history, good music has fumbled some careers while propelling others to heights that, much like Big Sean, may have never been able to reach otherwise. Left to oversee a label that he admitted to never wanting in the first place, Kanye did what he could in a role that he was ill equipped to handle. However, his storied inability to prioritize agendas other than his own has strained relationships time and time again, leaving careers in tatters in the process. Now, 5 years into Pusha T's presidency, only time will tell if good music has the pedigree to go down as one of the iconic labels in history. But if they
Hopefully.
want to, it'd be wise to start scouting new talent and usher in a new era that can recapture those good Friday
Ooh, yeah,
glory
definitely.
days.
Definitely.
This has been a Hip Hop Madness original.
You know what it is too about an artist that's a manager for a record label. It's kind of hard to like uplift somebody when you gotta be the top. I mean, top dog. Like, I mean, granted, 50 did it with G Unit. Like he was on top of the game and he had like his artist or whatever the case may be. But it's kind of hard, bro. That's signing to a artist because you gotta realize they signed under somebody too. So yeah, that joint. 9 times out of 10, man, it could go either really good for you or really bad. But I mean, for Big Sean, I mean, he's owed 3 mil. Jeez. Well, hope you get your bread, my brother. Hope you get your bread, my brother. But it's your boy G Humping out of here. Peace.